So hey guys, I welcome you all to EHS Academy, advancing EHS profession through awareness. So guys, in today's video we are going to basically review a course from MSPTE that its name is Diploma in Fire Service Engineering. So we are going to cover each and every aspect about this particular course, which is also very popular in between of today's youth. Okay, so if you are visiting first time to our channel, kindly subscribe it and hit the bell icon. So let's get straight to the video. So guys, a few days before, lots of guys are asking me that they want to separately make their career in terms of fire service. Okay, they just want to be a fire officers or fire engineers and all. They just want to serve their full career in the field of fire. But as we know that the condition of fire engineering or the condition of fire protection engineering in our country, okay, very few institutes are there, those who are providing a BTech in fire engineering especially, and nobody is providing MTech in fire engineering, MTech, purely MTech. Okay, so when we talk about this particular course, Diploma in Fire Service Engineering, which is basically provided by Maharashtra Board of Technical Education, which is again very popular in terms of ADIS and all. So see, basically DFSE, as its particular name suggests, Diploma in Fire Service Engineering, not in Diploma in Fire Engineering. Now what that particular course tells you it, if you want to join fire service, so what are the engineering aspects that you may face in your service, that all will be taught here. If you go to the syllabus, you will understand very easily. Okay, I'm not telling that it's again waste course, just hear that name, Diploma in Fire Service Engineering, fire service. Okay, so within the fire service, if you are working as a fire officer, as a, you can say, independent fire consultant, or if you are working as a fireman, so what type of problems you can solve in your particular career. Okay, so these all things they will cover here. Okay, so basically this is a 2 years course which is provided by MSPTE. Now those who are the target audience for that, means who should pursue that course. So see, if you want to serve yourself in fire itself, if you want to be a fire designer, you want to be a fire officer and fire manager, you want to totally work as a fire, solely on fire, not in safety, then you can pursue that course very easily. Okay, that's not a matter. Now come to the eligibility, what they have told in the eligibility. So see, they have mentioned a clear eligibility. If you have any 12th in HSC, for example in science, if you have 12th in science, as well as they have mentioned any diploma, not ITI, and ITI also they mentioned in their website. If you have any diploma, then you can come. Specifically they have not mentioned whether they are asking for an engineering diploma or, so they haven't mentioned any clear whether they want an engineering diploma or a normal diploma. So we need to again go to the website and check out that more particularly focusedly. Okay, now we want to come to the syllabus, what actually a syllabus includes inside the DFSE, Diploma in Fire Service Engineering of MSPTE. So basically they have around 8 subjects with no practicals. They haven't mentioned any practical in their website. If we come to the subjects, so subjects, first subject is your Fire Engineering Sciences and Communication Systems. It means you are going to learn about the basic fire engineering sciences. What is thermal plume, what is sealing jet, how materials burns, what is combustion chemistry, what is physics of fire and all. As well as the communication systems are very important, like what is walkie-talkie, what is a public address system. Okay, such types, because in the situation of fire you need communication, as you know. Okay, so for the communication, because as we know that electricity will not be there in the stage of fire, so we should have some types of communication like walkie-talkie and some tools which we should know how to use them. When we come to the second subject, that is your organizational acts. It means there are various types of acts which are specifically applicable to specific organizations in terms of fire. Okay, so you are going to study all these particular acts in second subject. If we come to the chapter subject number 3, that is your fire and safety in buildings. As we know that fire and safety buildings is a huge concept as well as important concept for every fire officer or every fireman. Okay, so you are going to study here the classification of buildings as per NBC, as well as you are going to comprehensively learn about National Building Code guidelines and all. Okay, how the materials are to be selected for the construction of building. Okay, so everything about buildings, how you can design the building, some basic aspects with the design to building, what is contour system. Okay, what is everything about buildings and all. Okay, if we come to the chapter number 4, that is your fixed firefighting installations. It means those systems which are fixed firefighting systems that you are going to study here. Now what are the typical examples of such systems? It may include your sprinkler system, it may be your hydrant system. Okay, it may be any fixed firefighting system. It should not be movable, it should be a fixed system you are going to study here. Now if we come to the next subject, that is your special fire hazards. It means special locations where the fire behave differently, where the fire dynamics will be changed. You are going to study there, as well as you are going to study about the materials, so material sciences, because the behavior of fire as well as the fire dynamics is majorly depend upon the type of material which is get burning over there, as well as the conditions which is conditions of the environment which is present at the surroundings of that environment. So all these things you are going to cover there. When we come to the next chapter, that is your rescue and emergency management, it is again very important as a perspective of fire officer or a fire manager. How you can rescue people. Okay, if a fire occurs at any place, then how you can rescue people, what are the rescue aids we have, what are the types of knots we have, what are the equipments we can utilize during any fire emergency in order to effectively rescue such persons. Okay, and whatever the emergency plan we have, how we can develop them. Okay, what is the PEEP, personal emergency evacuation plan. Okay, how we can separately consider the individuals who have physical disability or any sort of problem in their body. So such type of very crucial as well as important concept you are going to cover in this particular subject. Next is your first aid and paramedics. It means, again, as I told you, as a fire officer, lots of injuries will be there. So how you can appoint a first aider, or if you want to be a first aider, how can you want to be a first aider. Okay, as well as you will be having some access to the basic first aid knowledge. They are going to deliver you first aid knowledge, as well as your paramedics knowledge, which is basically not required for fire officer, but they will provide you a bit of that paramedics knowledge. If we come to the last chapter, that is your safety management. Okay, a little part within that diploma is safety management. What are the important concepts of safety management, principles of safety management, what is hazard, what is risk assessment, some basic things about safety management you are going to study here in this chapter. So I have given you explanation of 8 chapters now. Now if we come to the fees, what will be the fees for this particular 2 years course? So see, as I visited in MSPT website, so they haven't mentioned any particular fees, but yeah, as I told you, lots of guys are complaining with me also, so they are asking that much fees. Sometimes they are asking any other diploma. So see, whenever any course got benefited or any course is popular, so people will design their eligibility as per their criteria. Okay, if you come to the different institutes, they will tell that you are not eligible for that particular ADIS, you have to do any other course, after that you will go. They just want to do a business. Okay, so you need to understand that. If you have any confusion, just do one thing, just go to MSPT website. Okay, everything will be clear. That if you find any fraud is there, who is just forcing you to do any other course in order to do ADIS or any diploma in fire service engineering, so don't go for that. Just you can complain on MSPT website, that will be fine for such guys. Now if we come to the benefits of that, what is the benefit of that? So see, benefits are multiple here. So if you people are there who want to serve in the Gulf, because as we know that fire is a very technical field. Okay, so after doing that particular course, diploma in fire engineering, you can go for other international courses, like for example CFPS, CFI. Okay, such courses are available in the market, so you can pursue that course if you want that, because eligibility criteria also differs in that. So already I make a video, if you want to check out that, you can check out. Yesterday only I put the CFPS video. Now what are the different types of options that we have available apart from DFSC? Okay, if we don't want to do DFSC, if we are searching for a more good options, then what are the options we have to do apart from this course? So see, if specifically I talk about India, in our country, so there are few options, but options are there. Okay, if you don't want to do that, go for a BTech in fire engineering. If you want to be a fire engineer or a fire protection engineer, go for that. After you have completed that, you have again 2 options: move to the safety field, or if you want to ahead in fire engineering field, then go to international levels. You need to go at international levels like US, UK. There the top universities are available which are providing the masters as well as PhD in fire protection engineering, so you can pursue that. But if you want a good career, you want to be an engineer, you want to work as a private sector or do any sort of business, or want to achieve something big in the field of fire protection engineering, so go for a BTech. Okay, it is one of the course which is providing you a solely fire engineering knowledge. Okay, but want to do more, go for a BTech. Okay, BSc is also there. BSc some guys are providing, but I don't think so they have a curriculum like a BTech which is solely depends on fire engineering. Okay, so be wise, choose according to your requirements and pursue your particular career. Now if we come to the conclusion, what is my conclusion, what is my opinion with regards? So what is my opinion with regards to this course? So see guys, the eligibility, what I saw in this particular eligibility criteria, they have told that 12th, after 12th you can come, or after any diploma. So if you are coming after 12th to spend your 2 years in diploma in fire service engineering, so why not you go for a BTech in fire service engineering or a fire protection engineering? That will be best. Now if you want to do the best thing, so why don't you are going for a degree? As from the starting itself, when I have created this channel, from that time also I am telling you give preference to degree apart from diploma. Diploma is great. I don't have any problem with the diplomas, but the degree at a higher level. Okay, the chances of career progression will be higher apart from a diploma, normal diploma. So as per my conclusion, course is best. If you want to learn some basic things about fire protection engineering or about fire service engineering, you can go for that course. But if you want to be a designer, you want to just include in there some techie things with regards to fire, okay, want to be a consultant in a fire, so go for a BTech. Okay, that will be more better than you. Okay, as well as try to find some good colleges for regarding BTech and all, so that will be more fine. But anyways, the course is good. So I hope you got your answer. Those who are asking for the courses that are available to pursue in the field of fire engineering, so that will be good for them. They can pursue. If you have any financial problem and all and don't have any time, then you can go for that course. That's not a very big issue. Okay guys, so this is the full analysis of this topic. Just tell me in the comment section how much you like that particular video, as well as put your suggestions if you want. Okay, so like this video as well as share with your friends and subscribe to this channel. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day.